Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are exactly at the cusp of Tier 39, not even close. Quite an interesting season this week, so let's get straight to it. Now, of course, this week, given its peony bonus, and we also had Notch for our defensive mythic bonus, or defensive bonus mythic, I don't know. We were able to not quite get whale tier scoring on both ends, but you know, we had whale tier scoring for offense, and spoiler alert, we unfortunately completely lost one match. That was because I screwed up my turn 1 plan, but so be it. That's how it goes sometimes. Just like getting absolutely annihilated by Legendary Karam here. No follow-up seal stonks. And, well, that's a rip. But overall, the matches were pretty okay in difficulty. A lot of times, we could either, one, hit end turn on the opponent with either... It was typically Air or Nino, of course. I think there was a match where we hit end turn with Milla for a clever troll bait. But other than that, yeah, it was just either that or hit and run off of one of their units. Some defenses left super exposed weaknesses on their defenses, so we could just cheese our way through that way, but surprisingly, a lot of the time we were just able to hit end turn and get away with it. One of the most notable ones is, of course, generally not the realistic option, but it was funny. So we were up against a team with unmerged Brave Cell, of course, because if the guys merged, we're basically screwed. But I wonder what happened. The guy, of course, is running attack speed flash with lull speed defense. Air to light, I mean, what else would you use on your C skill? And Mystic Boost Seal for the miracle memes, I suppose. And I guess screwing over people who have their depth of damage or whatnot. But we just had Nino casually end turn on the guy and win. Not even close. Of course, this is all thanks to the remix shenanigans, for sure. There's no doubt about that one. Because boy, oh boy, did Nino barely survive. Fun fact though, even if he was running attack speed solo seal on, if I remember correctly, I think Nino was still surviving. Of course he's unmerged, but also to be fair, we kind of also aren't completely decked out because we still don't have joint drive defense and close reversal on Nino from Gatekeeper yet, so we still have more potential to meme. It's just, I find that ridiculous that we can actually pull something like that off. One huge factor in what allows us to do such a thing is, of course, Milla's remix, because that allows us to, as long as it's a procs, because of course you got units with the super rare green feud, but the more common C feud. As long as it procs, Milla just casually allows us to neutralize those attack field buffs, which, when we're in a terrible matchup, like against a red unit like Brave Celic with his pretty strong damage output, yeah, it's pretty helpful to be able to debuff the attack. Unfortunately, Sabotage attack doesn't work because of attack speed flash, being able to neutralize the penalty to attack if we got the if whoever moves to attack moves at least 2 spaces, then that is a thing. And most of the time in Ether Raid's defense, we can't set up a scenario where the enemy unit running Clash only moves one space. That's basically never going to happen. So most of the time that penalty neutralization is there to stay, so what can you do? Otherwise it would be really easy. Well, not trivial, but a lot easier for Nino to survive a hit from you guys. Of course, the big thing is also speed, so that's where our support spamming comes into play. So if they have Emblem in a good spot, for example, we can't do that, but I mean, please. But there's definitely just something about playing into exactly what your opponent wants you to do with their setup, but you just get away with it. It's pretty funny. There was one matchup where it was a cab line of sorts, where we ended up just having to do a tactical sack because I didn't want to plan out anything that day. So I was like, we're just going to initiate turn 1. I screwed up my initiation because I was intending to have my heir take out their harmonized Lysithia and legendary Veronica in the same turn, but then me planning incorrectly didn't realize that when I moved Peony to get out of the way of getting attacked, I was going to place her within 2 spaces of air, which I already had another unit within 2 spaces of air, so of course legendary Veronica attacked first because, well, she prevents air from counterattacking since we had at least 2 units within 2 spaces of air, 10 out of 10. So then after that, we had the classic meme. Did we already show this replay? I don't know. We're just gonna go. I'm pretty sure this is new. Right, totally. This is totally new. Definitely not the same replay. I honestly don't know. We were mostly just talking about offense this week, because that's pretty much why we got to tier 30. That's the only reason why we got to tier 39. But here we are, our shenanigans again. I'm pretty sure this is... No, this is different. This is certainly different. Yeah. Okay, we're not tripping. People can just use Brave Dimitri because it's a bad pair of legendary seasons for us to run Dark Defense. We would have to really pull the stops to beat Brave Dimitris with like AoEs, but then of course here they have a particular light mythic that gives some pretty nice support against AoEs, so yeah, that wouldn't be an option. We would just have to do a massive amount of damage. Absolutely massive amount of damage. And just keep attacking him without him being able to counter, kind of a deal. But anyways, all the shenanigans this season, we'll go with that. Fortunately for us, without legendary Veronica, there was of course a knot there, so the knot repoed legendary Veronica out of the way, allowing us to still bait out harmonized Lysithia. Otherwise, things probably would have been much worse. So I ended up deciding to just toss Arian to take out the legendary Veronica, just so we would have a flexible out afterwards. And I figured, since by that point I'd already lost my double match, or lost a double match completely, I just needed to win the next 2 matches pretty much to make tier 38, so. But yeah, this is basically my meme dream on offense, to be able to score so much every season, so that I don't have to care about using a bonus unit and still have a chance to make tier 39. And in cases where we do have the bonus mythic, especially heavily merged like our +10 Peony, then we can really cheese, because we can even lose an entire double match and still so silly. Unfortunately, of course, Bravamon's unable to pick up the kill. That's unfortunate, but what can you do? That's how it goes with Vantage against Camilla. And well, it's just our dancers once again doing absolutely nothing. A classic. But you know, at the end of the day, we're just goofballing beneath the raid, so even if we don't score, it doesn't matter too much. One of these days we'll be able to really troll a team with Nino, just do every unconventional thing you could possibly do. It's gonna happen one of these days. I still remember that one absolutely ridiculous offense match where I completely set up some real meme shenanigans against my opponent's defense with harmonized Catrian shenanigans, just basically exploiting their structure, placement, and whatnot. There's plenty of shenanigans going on there for sure. And while we go for a turn 1 hit and run, pretty straightforward. Not mind blowing there. Still got our specials up, but it doesn't matter. We're going Gale Force anyways. Not like we're going to be doing much here in the aspect of trying to actually win these matchups. Summer Aelgard unable to two-shot good old legendary Crom, and of course no one here is going to be able to take out any of their units. That's an expected outcome because Duo Mark pretty strong on those debuff shenanigans. So now it's just a matter of grabbing ether structures, and of course they can easily stall with their units here. The only unit we have a chance of killing is probably Duo Mark after like 10 billion actions, but yeah, it's not happening. But for sure, definitely starting to see less and less of Brave Zealots. He's still definitely useful, but again, from the start of, even before he was released, I already knew, based off of his kit, that he's just gonna struggle against damage reduction. That's really what it comes down to. He doesn't have a tech for it. Not yet anyways. And so you have that issue where you can deal a ton of damage, but in this meta, just being able to deal a ton of damage is not necessarily enough. He definitely has his utility of being able to move up to 4 spaces. And of course, he can get his no follow-up shenanigans as well, which is super nice for an offensive cab like him. But here, we just have Grandma walking up the map just to casually take out their Peony because, well, their Thune couldn't counter. So, yeah, it's awkward. Of course, the big thing about Brave Self is his miracle memes. The only way you... Sometimes he can just completely hard check some people's teams because he keeps healing back up to his miracle range, and the enemy's units don't have any brave weapons, and they can't double, so he's just invincible in that respect. But fun fact, Wily Fighter here, saving this Ascended Athune from dying, when Wily Fighter actually does something, Cog. Because of course it screws over Not's bonus doubler shenanigans, so what can you do? And for now, this is our last replay here. I haven't watched this one. Let's see what they do here. Looks like it's a probably end turn carry, maybe some Gale Force strats. No Gale Force. Okay, looks like it's just end turn. Let's see what they do here. Okay, turn 1. I would have probably attacked Zelith, but then again, he's got his weakness, so maybe not. I guess they probably could have set up, I don't know. He's surviving, but not anymore, because no negating thing, because there's still secondary from the face, so that's a rip. There I would say they just went in way too far up the map. They probably could have long baited and had a better experience, because tanking that many specials is a bit much. Even though we didn't even have Fatal Smoke there, it didn't matter. So as you might have noticed there, we technically, well, not technically, we are currently not under lift loss protection, so we can drop out of tier 39. Not the end of the world if we do, but, you know, that's the thing. We'll see what happens. Resonant Battles, of course, straightforward, drop back down to 18. Nothing too special with the team, of course, just a bunch of nuking. Arena, we can actually stay in tier 21. We would just build up Chad to plus 10 and do some blessing abuse again. I just figured this time around we're not going to do it because the next bonus season is going to be extremely difficult for us to actually find the resources to get high enough scoring, so we're just not gonna try this week, and we'll just go back up to tier 21 after next season. That's cool and all. Arena Assault, something's going on where we just cannot find high scores. The highest score I found this season was a 766 after like 200 rolls, which I don't know what the deal is with that, but then I started doing the run, and then all the 766s started showing up to balance out our 758s after tactical retreat. So we got an okay score, not the greatest, but it'll do. Again, it doesn't really matter if we get top 1k or not. We're just here to derp around and grab some resources real quick. But anyways, we'll be back when the results drop in.